Every morning before sunrise, weather stations across America release large white balloons into the sky. These instruments follow a predictable life cycle, measuring temperature, wind speed, humidity, and air pressure as they climb. On October 8th, a small station in Wyoming launched Balloon 77. For the first few hours, the mission was entirely routine. Modern meteorology is built on this closed data loop. The balloon ascends, the pressure causes it to burst, and the instruments fall back to Earth. Balloon 77 broke that loop. The ascent began normally. The signal remained strong at 10,000 feet, 20,000, and 50,000. But instead of bursting, it kept climbing. It passed the cruising altitudes of commercial aircraft, military jets, and eventually satellites in low Earth orbit. At mission control, engineers assumed the altitude sensor had failed, a simple software glitch reporting impossible numbers. Radar tracking from the ground disproved the sensor theory. The balloon was physically there, continuing its ascent far into the thermosphere. Weather balloons are made of thin latex, designed to expand and shatter in the low-pressure environment of the upper atmosphere. Staying intact at this altitude defies the known physical tolerances of the equipment. At 312 miles above Earth, an onboard microphone activated and began streaming audio. No one had installed a microphone on this payload. Mission Control received a recording of slow, heavy, metallic footsteps. 32 years after the balloon vanished from official tracking, an amateur radio operator intercepted the signal. It was still transmitting. The updated telemetry packet showed a height the software no longer recognized. The altitude was listed simply as unknown. NASA quietly analyzed the civilian signal, comparing the audio to the original recordings from the 1990s. The metallic footsteps were identical. The rhythm had not changed by a single beat in over 3 decades. For a sound to persist with such mechanical precision in a vacuum, something physical must be interacting with the payload. The consistent cadence suggests a presence maintaining the exact velocity of the balloon, pacing it through the void for 32 years. Before the signal cut out originally, the balloon's camera turned upward, shifting its focus away from the Earth below. Instead of the black vacuum of space, the feet showed a solid gray surface, a ceiling stretching endlessly across the sky. A shadow moved across that surface. Based on the distance from the lens, the object casting it was large enough to eclipse entire mountain ranges. A new mission was launched along the same flight path, equipped with high-definition cameras, thermal sensors, and laser rangefinders. At the exact altitude where Balloon 77 disappeared, every advanced sensor on the new craft failed simultaneously. Only the camera remained active. The final frame showed the first balloon, still pristine, being held by a gigantic hand. Only 3 fingers were visible before the limb disappeared into the gray ceiling. A new voice came over the radio, speaking perfect English. It asked a single question: "Did you send another one?" The systematic shutdown of the laser and thermal sensors, while the basic camera was permitted to film, suggests the entity is curating what we are allowed to observe. It is studying our scientific curiosity. The images were immediately classified. All weather balloon software now contains a hidden protocol. If the altitude reading becomes unknown, stop looking up. Last year, a family hiking in Wyoming found a weather instrument in the snow. Its serial number belonged to Balloon 77. This recovery is a physical paradox. The 32 years of active telemetry proved the balloon never descended. The memory chip inside contained a single image, the Wyoming launch station, photographed from directly above. By launching a second balloon, we provided a fresh signal for the entity to trace. The photograph of our own station, found on a device that never fell, carries a timestamp for tomorrow. It is no longer watching us from above. It has used our own data to find its way down.